upon us. So the victim ends up feeling guilty for being victimized. It was your, that's why you ended up where you are. And this guilt feeling fills up the great Caribbean, fills up the black American, the Americans in America, fills up the local African, who when he looks at colonialism, we all start blaming each other. That's level of 3 now. After you are told it was your fault, the next level, you start blaming each other for the same problem. Instead of addressing the problem, you start looking at each other as problems. So here we are as Africans. Some of you, now instead of you being angry with the system that taught you what it taught you so that you ended up where you are. No. Your anger is never directed at the colonial master. Your anger is then directed towards me. Why am I saying it? Why am I not conforming? Why am I bashing Christianity? Why am I bashing politics? Why am I saying this about that and this about... No. You are misdirected. Don't direct your anger towards me. I am not the problem here. I'm not the problem. I am also a product of the same system just like you. It's only that I'm asking questions. So when a victim has accepted that he has been victimized or she has been victimized, or does not accept that she was victimized and thinks that she's free while she's victimized, she actually begins to look at other human beings and wants them also to have the same victim mentality like they have. So you make Africans begin to fight each other. That's how locations were designed. Mashangani ngapha, amaTswana ngapha, amaTonga ngapha, Sosha Nguve, amaSuthu, and you go into Soweto, it's well divided originally. Now because of intermarriages, people have started moving around. But you used to have the various tribes sitting in their own various corners. The Zulus here, the Sutus there, the vendors there, the vendors there. And while you are there was a war between the Zulus and the Xhosas and the Pedis and the vendors. And we're fighting amongst ourselves, and we waste our valuable energies fighting each other. The Hutus and the Tutsis fighting each other. The Kikuyus and the Luos. The Luos are dark, we Kikuyus are more handsome because we are more beautiful women, because we have Arabic blood. Therefore, we're not Africans, we're Arabs. So Arabs are better than Africans. Then you have all this war that is taking place in Kenya between the Luos and the Kikuyus. A Luo will never rule Kenya, even if they are qualified, because the Kikuyus deem themselves slightly as more superior. Same thing in Zimbabwe, Shonas and Ndebeles. The war will not stop. These ones are Mashina, these ones are Majiti, and the war goes on. Come to South Africa, vendors and Shanganis and Zulus and Xhosas go to Botswana, the Kabos, the Lozis and etc. go to Namibia. Then the African is disillusioned, fighting one with another. And the snake remains alive in the house, managing and watching fellow Africans biting, destroying each other. By the way, I don't need Europeans to kill me. Those who will kill me are you, fellow Africans. You, fellow Africans. You are the ones who will destroy me, as they are the ones who will destroy you also. Because when the software is messed up, the African child is able and capable of destroying himself and destroying others of the similar gene like himself. Immediately we forget what is the problem. We will start considering ourselves as problems to each other. This brings us to another level where the Africans stop trusting each other, and they are constantly in a business of trying to be superior one to another. We begin to compete amongst ourselves, and we forget we have a monster to deal with at a united front. Listen to me very well, ladies and gentlemen. The Europeans, they disagree on many levels. I lived in the UK. I have seen the Democrats, the royalty, the commoners, the lords, and those with fair skin, those with blue eyes, those with brown eyes, those with black eyes. You are not a genuine white. You are not. You are this. You are this. But when it comes to a black person, they agree. They have their own divisions in their classes of skin, sirs and bears and heritages. But immediately you bring a black person in the room, they agree. Because they are clear that their differences are much smaller than the big problem that has just walked into their room. That is a black man. So whites, Germans, French, Italians, British, Americans, Canadians, Australians, Belgians, name all of them, Spanish, in all their skins, they have their own wars. You eat frogs, you eat this, they laugh at each other. But immediately when it comes to a black agenda, they unite. This is how the United Nations is formed. This is how NATO is formed. This is how IMF is formed. This is how WCC, World Council of Churches, is formed. This is how the World Trade, WTO, is formed. Because they discover, as the funders, as the Europeans, despite their color, they will unite on the black agenda. Now, you look at 15 varieties, different types of Europeans who unite for one person, the black person. And look at one black person, one black nation. We are not even divided. We are one Bantu, from Cape Town to Egypt, from Ethiopia to Senegal. One black Bantu nation cannot unite to discuss the European problem, because we have been taught to become enemies of each other. So when they are blaming themselves, another level, rewrite their history. Write the history of the same people that you have colonized. I'll explain why. You write history so that you can capture the children. You write their history so that you can capture the children. If the children will learn how stupid their fathers were, they will never want to become like them.